Hey Collective, how are you all? Evie and I are doing good. She's mad, she's barking at a dog. Hopefully she'll stop. We love you guys. Thank you all for being here and for spending time with us. So I've already got some cards pulled, so we're just going to tap into this message and see what's coming out of here. So we've got someone became independent here. They freed themselves. They took the initiative to free themselves from some kind of organized crime that was going on here. They were receiving money. I'm ready. They were ready to go. They were ready. They took the initiative to free themselves from some kind of organized crime energy here. Maybe a leader was very caring towards them and towards their followers. Okay. They could have been receiving money from their followers. Someone here could have gone out on their own and gone independent and started some kind of organized crime. We've got a tower because of a ritual sacrifice here. Get ready. Things are about to get shaken up. Get ready, and then we got I'm ready. So somebody's ready for something with this organized crime here. The Grim Reaper's here. They're nervous because the Grim Reaper's here. Someone's heart is on lockdown here. Someone could have cared for someone and now maybe they've blocked these feelings towards someone. Something's getting ready to change. Something's been exposed and somebody's getting ready to go to jail. They're not ready for this change. They don't want to go to prison. They didn't want something to be exposed. They're nervous about this. They're having to adjust to this energy. They're trying to balance something out, having to accommodate, adapt, and compensate something. Something could having to be compensated because they were receiving money from something here, and now from a leader possibly, for doing ritual sacrifices with the Grim Reaper. They're nervous because this is coming to light. You don't know all of the details yet. They're receiving harsh karma and they want it to be a secret. They're sending mixed signals. They refuse to move on and let go. They wanted something that they're having to adjust here to be a secret. They don't want people knowing what's going on. So they're sending out mixed signals, confusing people. They don't know what they want. They could have said that they were ready for something, but maybe they weren't. Acting all carefree, like they don't have a care in the world. Okay. They felt like something was easy and they didn't care, like it was no big deal. They weren't burdened by responsibilities. They feel free. They don't have any regrets of something that's been done in the past, and they're not worried about something that's happening in the future. They're full of hatred. These demons here are having consequences for their actions that they've taken against you for wanting to sacrifice you. We've got the Seven of Wands. Witches should hold other witches accountable. So someone could be having to defend themselves. This could be this leader here and these followers. Now they're having to defend themselves because they're trying to go off and do something. It was a fishy offer that was given here. Very deceptive, misleading, fraudulent. It was insincere. Someone got suspicious. Someone's feeling worthless right now. So they took this fishy offer. And they didn't care if it left people in despair. They didn't care how it made people feel. They wanted people to really love them and devote themselves to them. Well, they know that they've messed up and they can't fix what they've done. So they're trying to defend themselves because a secret has been exposed. A secret agenda here. They've got boundaries. There was a competition, some kind of a challenge that they thought they would be successful and victorious here. Some kind of secrets getting exposed about a secret agenda. Something could have been going on out in nature. Getting grounded. They have a secret weapon with an intent to cause harm. This is a past life karmic enemy, but you're going to prevail. We have a nurse in the energy. The clerk's office. They're out of control whenever they get drunk and become aggressive. You could be in the public eye, some of you. They're absolutely love struck. Could have been doing some kind of love spell here. It's pretty obvious that you're into me, acting like they really love someone. Could have been doing stuff with these followers here. They're obsessive. They were strategically planning so that they could have power. It was a dangerous combo. They had to pause and stop what they were doing, allowing the feelings to grow. Where are the happy parts living? How does your body feel? Pause for a moment and relish that feeling. Are you feeling silly? Wow, this magician here giving advice. They were an advisor. You have everything you need to do anything you want. You're in luck. This could have been a male here that was playing games. They were very manipulative. They're insecure. They're immature. They're selfish. They're petty. Very unreliable and irresponsible. They were unstable. And they were being very strategic with fishy offers here. They were just carefree. They didn't care. And this person was like, their heart was completely closed off here. This masculine. Well, and they don't care how they made people feel. They don't care that they had people possibly like love struck over them. Could have been trying to siphon energy. Well, they cannot access you or your energy. They were doing magic over your health and your well-being. And you're ascended out of this energy. With the world here, like you're in a whole nother world. You're not even here. Trying to balance something out for eternity. An infinity. They wanted glory. It's the end of a cycle. Not in this lifetime. Wow. Okay, I had to rearrange how I was going to put all these out. Okay, next we've got chew. So somebody's chewing on something. They're really deeply thinking about something. They're remembering something. There could be a code word with this organized crime here. They're trying to remember something so that they can solve a puzzle. They're obsessed with you. They have destroyed their life. Someone's running away from some kind of an unexpected event that happened here. Well, they're chewing on something. They're thinking long and hard about something. You can't trust them. They could be running away from this organized crime here. They feel embarrassed. A soulmate energy feels embarrassed because of something that they've done here. So now they're trying to run away. They can't manipulate you anymore. They're helpless. They're embarrassed. They know that you don't trust them. They're overly emotional. You could have stopped totally caring for this person. There was a hex that was broken, that was done over you. They're having a mental breakdown. Someone is delusional. They're trapped in their thoughts and they're completely obsessed. A hermit here. There are some things that must be done on your own. A solitary witch, okay, was doing something here. Witches should hold each other accountable. Get ready. Things are about to get shaken up. You have everything you need to do anything you want. There are some things that must be done on your own. A sewer maiden has trapped themselves because they went off and did something independently here. Now they're having to adjust what they've done. They're imprisoned in something here. They were obscure. They were misleading people. Now they're haunted. A filthy, rotten, foul, feminine or masculine energy here that's entangled themselves in this energy. They're stagnant, they're drowning. They were playing games with fishy offers. Ugh, this person's thing could stink. They're trapped in this secret organization, and whatever they've done, they're trapped in their thoughts. Spell work over your love life and your relationships, and they're going to regret what they did to you. A forced change of where they're going into poverty with this change here. It's a forced change that they don't want to happen. Unable to take action, family members here. Unable to take action because of something that they've done. They can't take action because you're so ascended out of this energy. Created a criminal network to steal your inheritance because they need to control the situation. They've been trying to affect your finances with the Seven of Swords criminals here. They're thieves. They were strategic. They were trying to escape being detected to stay ahead of the game. Their heart chakra was blocked. They're jealous and cold-hearted, very selfish. They have a victim mindset, being codependent and unempathetic. They have no empathy. They don't care how it makes someone feel. And something could be online here. They could have to defend themselves because the truth's coming out with something that's on the internet. They didn't see this coming. They are obsessed with causing you harm. This cult here, this organized crime freaking cult. Someone is so mad they're exploding. They've got a hot temper. They're hot-headed. They're having material loss here, and they're freaking out over this. They are really trying to solve some kind of a puzzle and adjust to something that's happening here. There's a meeting that talks about this strife and struggling and this material loss that's going on. Meeting up for situationships so that they can get ritual supplies. Something could be on Facebook. Someone could run away from a meeting, some kind of a situationship. I don't think we need to label things or define our relationship. Someone was doing a lot of games here, acting like they really love someone or a group of people, like they really cared, and now someone's in a helpless situation because of something that they've done. They will or have destroyed their reputation. A lust demon is affecting the health in the community, so they're numbing themselves. They're out here sneaking around, having affairs, okay, with all this lustful energy, numbing themselves to escape the pain. They're in the Ten of Wands. Why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? Blessed sowing, witches. So something significant could have occurred with some kind of a sex ritual here on sowing, which would be around Halloween. Why make things so much more difficult than they need to be, going off doing something on their own? They're numbing themselves. They couldn't feel anything even if they tried. They don't have any emotions or feelings. They don't experience joy or happiness even when they're supposed to. They don't feel connected to the world, like they're in a fog or a daze. They're completely numb and disconnected. They have no empathy. They don't care at all. They're apathetic. Someone's uncle could have been in a wreck. They could have tampered with your car to cause a wreck. Paid someone to do that. Massachusetts could be significant. Someone's uncle could be involved in trying to cause a wreck for someone. Gaslighting someone. Or an uncle could have been in a wreck. Gaslighting you. Lying constantly. Ancestors are protecting you, and a gift. Trying to get rid of you before court. They don't want you. These criminals, they stole a gift from you and put you in poverty, and now something's going to change. Having to defend yourself because something's being exposed in earthly 3D court, trying to get rid of you before court. Someone's cell phone provider, their phone records could be obtained. They could have even offered sexual bribes to someone in the court. Okay. An emperor here is an op. Could be a father figure, a family member, an uncle. They're receiving harsh karma here because of being a criminal in your life. Ooh, this could be good or bad. What seeds did you plant for this karma? Looks like they didn't plant some very good seeds here. Oh, I'm having a hot flash. God almighty. Feels like I've got a fucking energy weapon on me, like I'm cooking in a microwave. They're so pissed off. They're having a psychotic break because these lies are coming out. And they could run away in a meeting because they get caught lying. They were experimenting on you. Someone was in a bad wreck. They could have been making arrangements to put someone in a bad wreck. I know this is new for you, and I appreciate how open-minded you could be with this situationship. Definitely something's going on with someone's vehicle. They've been tampered with. There was hidden information. They made arrangements. Hidden information that's court-ordered needs to be obtained. Someone is furious and they're raged out. They could become violent. They're not thinking clearly or making rational decisions. They're consumed by anger. They're furious. And people are telling them that they need to calm down. Someone could be numbing themselves because of how raged out they are. They're jealous of what you have. They're jealous of you and what you have that's coming in. With the Ten of Pentacles here, they don't want you to have this inheritance. Having it all looks different to everyone. They wanted you burdened in the Ten of Wands. Well, the Tower's here, and you're going to have to defend yourself, and these, they're going to have to be held accountable, this whole coven here. You walked away for good, and some kind of hidden information in the courts is going to be coming out, trying to block your intuition so you don't know what's going on. They've been very sneaky in your energy. They were trying to trick you and gaslight you so that you didn't know what was going on after someone's passing here, and you should have had an inheritance from someone here. They stole it. They're stuck and they're scared now. Something has them very concerned about what's going on in the courts here regarding this gift that you should have received from someone's passing. They don't want it looked into. Someone could end up 5150 on the mental ward. They're full of jealousy and envy. The karmics want to destroy you. Someone's having a psychotic break. Doing rituals on you. Abusing divination. Your ops here. Your family. Acting like they really love you and they don't. You have divine protection. They were very greedy. They were retaliating against you with the Four of Pentacles. It was all about their stability, their financial security. They were going to achieve it at no matter what the cost, holding on for dear life, being very greedy and possessive, wanting all of the control. This Emperor here. Some kind of an event to retaliate. They have plenty of time to make it right, and you deserve to be loved. There's a falling out that's going on because of arrangements that someone is making. Okay, next deck. We've got a whistleblower. Somebody's talking about something on the phone. They're reporting something, exposing or leaking some kind of information. Phone calls and phone records are being obtained. It's a betrayal here. Someone's really pissed because someone could have told something. Someone that works in the government is finally getting caught for something. Sending the evil eye. Someone's mad because they're getting caught up doing something. Lying in a meeting. Archangel Michael is protecting you. There's firm boundaries in place here. Them trying to experiment on you with situationships. Your ancestors are body jumping. They were doing sex magic here. Divine intervention came in because they were trying to harvest. You want nothing else to do with them. So they're exasperated because you don't want anything to do with them. They're angry about this. Having your patience greatly taxed. Feeling super annoyed or furious. Have you noticed an increase in irritability or short-temperedness? Are you finding it challenging to find motivation or maintain a positive outlook in the face of ongoing frustrations? Are you feeling a sense of mental or emotional exhaustion due to dealing with persistent obstacles or stressors? So they're exasperated because, and furious, angry, because you don't have anything to do with them. And you could have used to care for these family members, and now you don't want anything to fucking do with them. They will be publicly humiliated, and you want nothing else to do with them. Venmo could be significant for something here. They can't stand it that you can see straight through them and their bullshit, and you know about what's going on with the court situation with them stealing your inheritance. They didn't want it looked into. They didn't want you to know. They didn't want you to start digging and finding out what the fuck was happening here. They're absolutely miserable where they are now. Injustice is here. Yeah, someone turned rogue. They went independent and they joined up with some kind of organized crime energy here that they've created. Stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. Okay? Someone could have ended up in an ambulance and could have had to go to the hospital because they were in a bad wreck. They could have been plan to kidnap someone. This is backfiring in their face. A government official or employee here. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. They were really sneaky. They didn't want you to know about this great fortune. We've got a sheriff here that could be involved. They're in the upright, though. They're not corrupt. If they're corrupt, I write it on there. So that one's not corrupt. There's an investigator involved that's looking into a death here. Regarding compensation, there's a victim or victims involved. It's spiked a legal situation, and now they're in massive regret. They didn't want this being looked into, so they were trying to do things with divination here. They're mad that their mask is falling off and that they've been exposed. The spell work's backfiring, so now they're in massive regret. Gossiping about your powerful life path and your destiny. They're jealous. They're in competition with you. And you're just seeing the bigger picture here. They were greedy as hell and holding on tight. They were just trying to battle you. They were aggressive. They're irritated and frustrated. In a state of denial. Because they don't want this to be seen. Hidden documents. We've got electronicization. God, I can't get it out, damn it. Having some kind of data that they backed up, possibly to some kind of a digital copy here. Reporting and exposing or leaking some kind of data or digital backup or data here. Someone is hot over this. It was a missing puzzle piece here with hidden documents. Someone is sick. And now they're trapped. There's definitely a serious car wreck going on here. Someone was in a car wreck. With the funeral director, they could have been even in cahoots with the funeral director. Your ops. We've got these red flags going on. You promised yourself you would never date someone like me again. Keeping firm boundaries. Experimenting on you. With sending in love-struck soulmates with mixed signals, acting like they really love you. But it's just a situationship. They're fucking arrogant assholes just to hurt you. Hawaii could be significant. When you feel excessive pride in yourself, especially when paired with contempt or disrespect for others, do you often believe that your opinions, ideas, or abilities are superior to others? Do you feel a sense of entitlement or an expectation that others should defer to your opinions or desires? Have you noticed a pattern of talking over or interrupting others in conversations without giving them a chance to express themselves fully? Okay. Someone's arrogant or furious. We've got a doctor and a bartender. A huge web of lies was created, and now they can't keep all of these lies straight. Don't engage, respond, don't react. These people are just constantly negative. You don't want anything to do with them. Got the 5 of Swords. You can't be right all the time. They've stabbed you in the back. Backstabbers. Then they went to the extreme with this harmful intent. They're raged out. They're mad. They're hostile and they're dangerous. They worked really hard at something here. A lot of money is involved with this great fortune. They were hoping for a good outcome, for you to be abused. These criminals. We're hoping for a good outcome in this court situation. This whole collaboration of people that were working together. They're mad because you love yourself. There's a whole network here that were in competition. They were teaming up together. Death comes in threes. They're going to be unlucky. The Grim Reaper came out. We've got a Libra Scorpio cusp, or a Libra and a Scorpio could be significant. Libra is ruled by Venus in the 7th house, and then Scorpio is Mars and Pluto with the 8th house. Committed crimes, this cult or coven here. Refuse to argue, disengage. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal could be significant. Your ancestors are protecting you from these people. Shielding and protecting you from psychic attacks, clearing away blockages, being a shaman, accessing your gifts and your healing abilities. Your ancestors are helping you. And karma is unfolding. They're helping with this. They went on a secret trip, researching information. Message me about what was found. They're impatient about this. They want to know because they're trapped in something here. Don't be afraid to reach out. The celebration turned to disappointment. Having trouble with your siblings, with family here, with a father figure, an uncle. This celebration turned to disappointment because they're going to be found guilty. They were very arrogant. This 3 of Pentacles doing money spells. What's the saying? Teamwork makes the spell work. So this coven coming together with this dark energy doing money spells. They got paid to hurt you. Siblings or family members here could have paid someone to hurt you. Now they're freaking out. They could have leased something. They don't care who they destroy to get what they want. They want your ex to stop loving you. There's definitely family secrets going on here that are being revealed that they wanted to keep hidden from you. They're concerned. We've got Fehu in reverse, and Fehu represents wealth. Fire signs in the letter F. It's about material loss, inadequacy, and insecurity. May feel impatient, a bit greedy, which would be that 4 of Pentacles, or lacking control. Can lead to missed opportunities or financial instability. Reevaluate priorities, avoid impulsive decisions, work hard to regain control over any chaos in your life, be mindful of actions and long-term consequences. Okay? Well, they're concerned about this because the courts could be finding out how abusive this family has been, and it's return to sender. It's kicking their ass. Your ancestors, nope, you can't touch this. You can't touch my grandbaby or whatever you are here with your ancestor. They all voted on it. Someone's reporting back to someone that it was voted on that they had to report back to someone. Someone in their old age is having a life review. The Knight of Wands. Someone's traveling. They want to go on the run. And it could be this whole group of people here. And the Knight of Wands can also be jail. There's an order of protection that could come into place. It's urgent. Someone's heartbroken and they're crying. Because of a huge debt, they need to be rescued. It's urgent. They're being taken to jail. Tax evasion could be going on. A change of residence, being taken to jail with the Knight of Wands, having to travel. Now they're concerned. They could be taken in for questioning here. It could be taking a long time. We have a corrupt attorney that's in the energy. They're going to be getting disbarred. Okay, Libra, the 7th house and Venus. It's about relationships that bind. Marriage, contracts, legal issues, cooperation, partnerships, opportunities, and the enemies known to you. Scorpio with Mars and Pluto in the 8th house is about other people's stuff. It involves gifts, wills, death, insurance, inheritances, joint finances, and other people's possessions. Okay. We have a pervert who's traveling around. And they have really nasty addictions here. They have a toxic attachment. Could drink, could have a really bad obsession here. We could even have a pedo in the energy. They've got bad addictions. We have a whistleblower. A dangerous obsession with you. Having sexual thoughts about you. This pervert here. And this emperor, father figure energy here for some of you could have been perverted when you were young. Or a family member. You flip it how it resonates. But someone could have been perverted with you when you were younger. Someone could have paid someone to travel to inflict pain upon you because they're jealous. Creating a smear campaign everywhere they go. They went on a secret trip. They want to inflict pain. A dark coven is being divinely stomped out by the Most High. They're jealous and they're blaming you because of how much your ancestors are protecting you. They want your power for themselves. And you're an empath and you're very protected and you're very protective of your energy. You're a powerful alchemist. It's up to you to transform your life, creating amazing things for yourself. And they're jealous of this. Someone is very overwhelmed because they're in rock bottom. We have a hunter that's very skilled with a knife. It's a psycho-destructive force, and the Most High is stopping the attacks with divine protection. Your spirit guides are protecting you from these people, from this coven. We've got a Queen of Wands. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. They're insecure. They're doing potions. A Queen of Wands can be a witch. Poisonous potions because they're greedy. They wanted you in poverty. They're blocked from coming towards you. Someone's passing away soon. The Grim Reaper rolled up, and it could be someone that was in a car wreck. And that's in the secret society or the secret organization. New levels mean new devils. So this devil energy here, you've been fighting whole new levels. We could have Masons, Order of the Eastern Star in this energy. Third party interference. Somebody's going to prison in this energy. Somebody was in unfamiliar territory with a vehicle here. Starting all over again with the manipulation. With the courthouse, because there was theft and fraud that was committed in a court situation. Court ordered someone's under surveillance, and everywhere that they've been out traveling around, they're under surveillance. Their phones are tapped. They thought they had you figured out with someone that you broke up with or parted ways with. You could be this person's child. They could want to apologize. They're gossiping in their messages about you. You're just a free spirit. Some kind of wish come true and happy news is going to be coming in for you. You're very intuitive. You're very curious. Okay, sorry, my daughter just got home. Okay, so they thought that they had you figured out, and their ego has completely destroyed them. This is a hitman here that you walked away from. They're having to walk away. They're having to end or break up with someone that is in hitman energy. A crazy psycho ex that was seeking revenge, and they made you a target and created some kind of organized crime unit here. They're fucking nuts. You know, they're sinister and evil. They made you a target, and they're unstable. Scamming people to support their addictions. They're so jealous of you. Upset people are seeing who they really are, because they tried to act like they were the good person in this romantic energy. X wants to come back. You got me fucked up. Blaming you. They're fucking guilty. They're evil incarnate. They're a monster. They're not coming back. They get to fuck off. And they've got a whole demonic legion on them. With this Knight of Wands energy. Yeah, I'll see you next lifetime. Yep. They missed their chance with you in this lifetime. Sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. They could have been trying to get you to bend the rules, or they could have gotten this Queen of Wands energy to do some kind of spells here. New levels mean new devils. They weren't prepared for what they're getting ready to deal with here. You're just innocent. They had no clue who they were coming up against and how strong you are. And your ancestors are fucking pissed. They worked really hard behind the scenes doing these rituals on you, trying to trap you and enslave you with these spells. We've got a couple here, or maybe after you parted ways and they couldn't get back in your energy, they were having a mental breakdown because they committed insurance fraud, need to be medicated to balance out, possibly. No, I can't diagnose, but we did have 5150. Someone could be getting committed to the psych ward for an evaluation. An insurance agent or agency, there was insurance fraud that was committed here. The King of Pentacles in reverse, that's cold-hearted. They're obsessed with their wealth and their status. They're materialistic and greedy. They're very domineering and dominating. They're cold-hearted, crying. They're triggered. Someone could OD. Archangel Michael is protecting you. Your ancestors are here. You're being protected. Divine intervention and protection. They're not allowed to come near you. Your ancestors are all over this, and so is Archangel Michael, and harsh karma is unfolding because of what they've done. They're trying to cover up what they've done. With communications here, they've waged war against God, and you're a failed sacrifice. Love God. They could have been trying to OD someone and planning to stage your death with an OD and then cover it up. Nope, that's not going to happen because out of revenge. Their third eye chakra is blocked. Having nightmares, being forgetful, having anxiety, a lack of inner guidance, low self-awareness, having headaches. They could be receiving communication from an authority figure here with the law, with a boss, or just an authority figure with something to do with their religious or spiritual cult here. An organized crime sex cult leader is getting exposed. This crime boss here, Illinois, could be significant. This cult is getting caught, and now they're nervous because they're getting caught because of how promiscuous they are. They're worried about something that might happen in the future. Their heart's beating out of their chest. They're sweaty. They're not prepared or ready for what's coming up because they're going to have to go to prison for something that they've done. They were cheating and promiscuous. Got the Ace of Swords. Look at you. You're bursting with sparkling new ideas. This Knight of Wands could be sexual energy here. Traveling places with these potions, with this coven. Being in competition. Getting real creative. Trying to get you arrested. Your ancestors are protecting you from this. A warrant for arrest. Someone could have been falsifying a police report. Second house. Your stuff. Your values, money, self-esteem, possessions, investments, bank accounts, and financial expectations. It's ruled by Taurus and Venus. These birth dates could be significant. Trying to have you arrested. Someone could have a warrant for their arrest. Your ancestors are protecting you and shielding you. They're not going to let them come near you. About to meet a new person that's a good person. You're in separation from these people, so they could be watching you online, watching you speak your truth. You're going to be happy with an outcome here and about to meet a good person because lies are being revealed as you're speaking your truth. Unexpected income with earthly inheritance here. There's a good judge that's not corrupt. There could be a raid in this energy. Somebody could get the death penalty for what they've done here. We have now these. It's about necessity, having constraint and scarcity and hardship. The letter N and fire signs could be significant. They're in emotional pain because they're struggling. Affecting balance in work, play, and rest. Self-care and well-being must first tend to ourselves before we can attend to others. Acknowledge feeling restricted and struggling. Resourcefulness and resilience may be needed now to survive. Significant gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Take action, careful planning and learning. Struggle, triumph through adversity, confront life head on. Okay? You've overcome a lot that they've been doing. They can't keep their lies straight. So now they're in emotional pain. They're freaking out because what they've done, it's being uncovered with this stolen inheritance here. They've trapped themselves in ultimate ruin. They forged these documents. Corrupt officials manipulating a court situation. They're all going to prison for this fraudulent energy where they forged these documents. Now these haters are grieving what they've done. They're so disappointed. They regret this, though they're heartbroken. They're nostalgic. They're looking back on what they've done here, and they know they're fucked. These haters are intimidated by you, Starseed. Someone's going to pass away. They're going to lose their title. The voodoo doll doesn't work. Someone's car could have gotten repossessed from a bad car wreck even. They're obsessed with you. They're trying to cause conflict because they've lost all control of the situation. The divine has revealed something to you. Got the Chinese zodiac sign of the sheep or the goat. Could be the year of your birth, someone involved, or a year that something significant occurred. They're going to need legal representation in a court case. And they need an exorcism. They're fucking possessed. We have Thurisaz in reverse. It represents giant and thorn. The letters T, H, and fire and water signs. It's about misdirection, vulnerability, being defenseless, and loss of control. So they've lost control. There's an offshore account. Compulsion, betrayal, leaving you vulnerable or exposed to external threats. Scattered power, spiteful actions, unresolved anger, destructive tendencies, wow, that harm rather than heal, which is exactly what's on my table. Take time for introspection and recalibration so that negative emotions or compulsive behaviors do not dictate your actions. Being urged to find a way back to a place of balance and self-empowerment. Resistance to change, avoiding dealing with adversity. Wow, spirit. They need a fucking exorcism. They've got at the bottom of the deck, entity attachment. They're surprised at you, divine feminine, divine masculine, because they were expecting for all of this to work. This boss here, wow, that was the boss over this voodoo here, coming after this sweetheart, trying to affect your happiness. They wanted you in a state of bondage. They wanted you bound, sending in love offers to have you fucked up. Assholes. They had no idea. You saged this energy straight out of... You're so strong. You're in the Queen of Swords and... Wow, the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, and strength with the High Priestess. You are so strong and powerful. You're so truthful. Your intuition is really, really strong. This is law enforcement. Could be an attorney, a judge. There's going to be conviction here. It's going to be a firm ruling and conviction. Clarity and truth is coming out. You've been through hell and back, and you have so much inner and outer strength. And they had no idea how strong you were. They put you in the Ten of Swords, sacrificed you here with a hangman, this King of Cups energy, father figure, husband. They made the decision to do this. And now they can't stand it because... Divine feminine, divine masculine, you're in this empress energy. You're speaking your truth. The truth is coming out. And they made the decision to come at you in this nasty ass energy, and now it's blowing up in their face. Having love offers, traveling towards you. Yeah, it's the tower. It's blowing up in their face. It's not working. These hitmen, they can't send them in because you've healed from this toxic devil energy. With the devil and the Nine of Cups, someone could be an alcoholic, severe, like drug or alcohol addictions here. I know, honey. You've defeated these people with the Five of Swords. They're defeated. Coming at you in this soulmate lover energy. You walked away, and when you walked away, this backfire hit. Wow! Wow, when you walked away, the tower hit, and all this toxic energy, you had to cut all these people out of your energy. Every one of them, because they can't go where you're going. And for this to come in for you, they're just going to try and take it right back. Like, they're just going to keep fighting. You've got to get all these people out of your energy. This hermit's seeing through all these illusions. And they know that they are obsessing over losing this wealth. This official person here. It's looking into your bloodline. Wow. With the law enforcement. It's a married couple that's in a cult. Shit's going on with someone's home, distracting someone of what's going on in someone's home. They successfully created some kind of a portal for market manipulation with this data breach over here, with this information that's being leaked. Going back to the past. Going back to the past. Someone's very nostalgic. They're going to have to search their soul because something is being revealed and they're having to relive it. They're reliving it over and over again. They were so toxic and they were using you. This official person's looking into this. You're cleansing these people out of your energy. There could be an offshore account. Calling the cops to have someone arrested for some kind of a sneak attack they're projecting onto you. We have a good attorney that's not corrupt. Alaska could be significant. This community's full of fear. Someone's analytical. They've made a decision here of what's going on in this energy. Someone could have tuberculosis. We have Laguz, the letter L and water signs. It's about your intuition, but Laguz is in reverse. So someone's intuition is blocked. They lack self-trust and they're full of fear. Disconnected from spiritual self. They struggle with emotional imbalance or difficulties accessing your intuition. Struggling to hear inner voice and trusting inner guidance. Feel confused, not fully engaged with your emotions, unwilling to confront feelings needing to be addressed. A warning, the current situation is unsustainable. It's crucial to remove yourself from the circumstances before they worsen. Stop ignoring the signs and take action to address what's being concealed. The longer you avoid the truth, the more damage it will cause. Time to face reality and break free from unhealthy patterns. Seek the healing you need. And that could be part of why this person's walking away from this organized crime here. A father, husband, boyfriend, their devices are tapped. Mother, wife, girlfriend, they're going to be humiliated. Or there's online exposure here and the world came out. You cut the cord. They could have been doing animal sacrifices out in nature, using their gifts for bad and darkness, trying to win you over. Their crown chakra is blocked. They think you're stupid, wrong. You know exactly what the hell's going on. Being detached from source, strict religious views, being closed-minded, depressed, and confused. Someone could have a heart attack or heart problems. They could be doing heart attack spells. Someone's trying to get to a safe location to go on the run. They act like they care, but they do not. All they wanted to do was punish someone. They wanted to punish you. Something's hidden in the water. Which they could have put something in the water because they thought it was a safe location. Someone's in withdrawal. What, baby? Someone's stepmother could be involved, or a mother figure. North Dakota. It's not your problem to fix. Get to the heart of the matter. Someone's stepmother possibly here. We have a perverted couple. The Chinese zodiac sign of the rabbit. Hold on, baby. Mommy's doing a reading. A killer couple, perverted couple. They're doing black magic. You have undeniable strength, and they have been out for revenge for a very long time. You're a truth seeker, and you're so strong. They never thought coming for you would create their own demise. Don't allow anyone or anything to hinder your growth, collective. They could have gotten co-workers involved to getting close to you. Indiana could be significant. We have the Lovers. Will you or won't you? The choice is yours. And this is same-sex on here, so it could even have same-sex energy going on. The King of Pentacles. True success isn't just about money. It's about happiness, too. And the King of Pentacles came out in reverse. Let go of self-imposed limitations. We've got Temperance here. With the Six of Swords, it's Earth Angel energy moving on to calmer waters, walking away. All aboard, witch. It's time to write a new chapter. The Seven of Cups. Not every great option you're given will be a great option for you. Having to see through confusion and illusion here. With the Eight of Wands. Oh, shit. Yep, here's this energetic backfire here. It's coming back on them. They thought it was a good idea. It wasn't. Light a fire underneath your cauldron and go, go, go. Something rapid. This Emperor here. Wow, this is crazy how this is coming out. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. Now they're disappointed with the Four of Cups here. This just didn't go as planned. Celebration turned to disappointment. Try not to be so picky, okay? Don't be picky. Just do it. We've got the key over here. They took a gamble. A key player. A key person in this. The core of the problem. They could have passed a key to someone. Take a chance. Take a leap of faith. I know it's a risk. Someone was so pissed. Oh, they had to cool down because of something that happened with the law. Someone could have been trying to infect someone, poison someone, put a parasite in someone, pollute someone. They were polluted. Having to pause on infecting or poisoning someone here. Wow. Trying to cool down and remain calm. They're so mad because you're having this come up, and they definitely betrayed you, tried to cut off your angel wings. Someone close to you is preying on your downfall. Be aware. You're a phoenix rising. Whoever counted you out couldn't count. You're back and better than ever, baby, and you've gained so much wisdom on your journey. You're so strong. Through life experiences, you become wiser and you use it to help others. That's definitely Queen of Swords energy there. You're breaking free. You freed yourself from the bondage. Mind, body, heart, soul, and spirit. You are in this beautiful self-love energy. You're loving yourself and you broke free. You ascended out of this energy. Loving yourself inside and out. Putting yourself first. Speak life over you. Positive affirmations. Awakening to how beautiful you are. And you're very calm. You're very calm. These people are greedy as shit. Are you finding it challenging to appreciate or value non-material aspects of life, such as experiences, relationships, or personal growth? All they cared about was money, wealth, food, other stuff, what they could get. They were preoccupied with acquiring or accumulating more wealth, possessions, and resources, as opposed to things that are irreplaceable here. Wow. this entity attachment. They're really surprised. Divine feminine. Divine masculine. They're surprised that it's not attaching to you. But you can see straight through this energy. Wow. Let's roll the dice. I'm not going to roll all of them. I'm just going to roll the zodiacs. I have 5, but that's okay. I'll just roll 4. I'm getting tired. We have Virgo, Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Taurus. Aries, Pisces, double Cancer. Do it one more time. Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Cancer. Could be significant. Alright, guys. You just take this how it resonates. Don't force anything to fit. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you all for being here and for spending time with me and little sweet Evie Pooh. We love you guys so much. Thank you, Collective. I hope that you'll hit that like and subscribe button for me. Thank you guys so much. We hit 20K yesterday. I think it was yesterday. We're a little over 20,000. Thank you all so much for loving and supporting the channel and for viewing my content. It means the world to me. I love you guys so much. Bye, Collective.